Good afternoon, I'm Shira Manso. You're now watching English News at 5. The tourism, arts and culture sectors will be prime movers for overall economic development. Therefore, the 2021 budget, which will be tabled on Friday, is expected to help revive the tourism, arts and culture sector, besides providing an impetus for national economic development planning. Tourism, Arts and Culture Minister Datuk Sri Nancy Shukri said the budget was also expected to provide an opportunity and assistance to the industry players under it to remain strong, thus supporting the country's economic recovery in the future. She added the tourism, arts and culture sectors have huge economic chain and segments. Nancy also revealed that her ministry would intensify efforts to increase the use of technology and innovation in boosting the tourism, arts and culture industries to ensure the sector continue to grow. This, she said, can be done by developing a public data center to assist in the marketing and promotion of products and services related to tourism, arts, culture and heritage. Nancy said tourism infrastructure facilities, outreach, upskilling and reskilling programs would also be given priority by the ministry apart from diversifying products in the industry. Apart from that, the ministry will enhance cooperation with all government agencies at the federal and state levels as well as industry players to achieve the goal of making Malaysia a sustainable and culturally rich tourist destination. The contribution of artisans in the state should be recognized as a contributor towards the growth of Sarawak's socio-economy. Chief Minister Datuk Patinggi Abang Joritan Openg said artisans are responsible for the growth and development of the art and music industry in Sarawak. In view of this, the Sarawak government is working to assist artisans in the state to ensure they are not deprived and thus alleviate their burden, especially those affected by the COVID-19 pandemics. Thus, the Sarawak Music Artists Awards Ceremony 2020 held last night was meant to recognize the Sarawak artisans for their contribution in the music and art industry. Present in the award ceremony were caliber music artists such as Datuk Sarbanun American, Safar Ghaffar, Rahim Saring, Rukaya Shukri, and many more. Watch Nightline with Ruben Gomez tonight at 11:30 for full updates. All 43 Barisan Nasional BN MPs have pledged their support towards the Budget 2021, which will be tabled in Parliament this Friday. Its chairman, Datuk Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, said a letter has been sent to the Prime Minister to inform him of the statement of support and agreement among the BN lawmakers. Ahmad Zahid in a statement said all the BN MPs have met on Wednesday and has agreed to support all bills to be tabled by the government. He said agreement was also made among them for the Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin to consider extending the loan moratorium for a period of 6 months or part of it for those who qualify under the B40 and M40 groups. Besides, he said all of the MPs want the Prime Minister to consider approving the withdrawal of money from Account 1 of the Employees Provident Fund, EPF. The re-implementation of the Movement Control Order, MCO, road damage and the impact of the MCO on price of goods in the market are among the highlighted issues to be discussed in Parliament today. According to the order paper of the meeting on the Parliament official website, these matters will be the focus of members of Parliament when the questions are raised during the Minister's question and answer session.
In the oral question and answer session, issues related to amendment of Article 145 of the Federal Constitution and the impact of boycott on the country's palm oil products are expected to be the topic of discussion, where several questions will be raised. Focus is also on the tabling of the second reading of the Occupational Safety and Health Amendment Bill 2020, the Factories and Machinery Repeal Bill 2020, the Malaysian Space Board Bill 2020 and the Independent Police Conduct Commission Bill 2020. In this session, all MPs had been advised to limit their movements while inside or outside the Parliament building throughout the sitting to curb the spread of COVID-19 and to ensure the session can be held safely.
Welcome back. A newborn baby with umbilical cord intact was found abandoned in the bushes in Bukit Katil, Malacca. According to Chief of Malacca Police ACP Afzanizar Ahmad, the infant weighing 2.2 kg was found by a 50-year-old at about 3 p.m. at Jalan Sidang Hassan 1. The gardener was informed by a relative of a baby's crease as he was resting at his home about 50 meters from where the baby was later discovered. Afzanizar said the baby then later sent to hospital for a medical examination and is reported to be in good health. The Batusapi seat fell vacant following the death of its lawmakers Dato' Liew Vui Kiong of Warisan on October 2nd. However, the by-election at Batusapi is difficult to be held when the COVID-19 cases in Sabah are still in rage. Hence, the government will study the possibility to postpone the said by-election.
Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin has asked the relevant authorities to study the legal aspects to postpone the Batusapi by-election until the pandemic is over. The Prime Minister said he had asked the Election Commission and Attorney General's chambers to look into this matter. A special meeting of the National Security was called, where among others the Batusapi by-election Standard Operating Procedures SOP was tabled. Muhyiddin said the council meeting was given an update on the latest COVID-19 situation in the country. He described the situation is still at a worrying level and should not be allowed to persist. Hence, he directed the council to immediately review whether social activities should be allowed at this moment.
Sarawak, through the Sarawak Forest Department, has reached an important key milestone of forest sustainability efforts with the launch of Sarawak Aerial Detection Unit (SADU) on Wednesday. Chief Minister Datuk Patinggi Abang Jari Tun Openg said Sarawak Forest Department has now become one of the pioneers for hyperspectral technology applications amongst the government agencies in Malaysia, being the first in Malaysia equipped with the hyperspectral remote sensing technology for the monitoring and management of natural resources. He said SADU was given the mandate by the state government to assist in combating illegal logging activities in the state. Hence, this new milestone serves as a starting point for SADU to move on to the next phase based on the expertise and experience of the unit in advanced hyperspectral technology.
Serta pemantauan udara. Pelaksanaan projek ini amat signifikan kerana perkongsian aset, kepakaran dan sumber dikembangkan ke seluruh negara. Perolehan projek sistem udara ini dilaksana secara turnkey, iaitu design and build dengan 3 buah negara, iaitu Austria sebagai pembekal pesawat udara, Finland sebagai pembekal sensor hyperspectral, manakala Kanada sebagai pembekal sensor pemantauan udara. Ini melibatkan pembangunan satu sistem udara yang direka khas, iaitu Customized Airborne System yang dilengkapi mission equipment berdasarkan keperluan misi seperti pemantauan dan pemetaan kawasan sumber asli.
He said this at the launching ceremony of SADU at Hornbill Skyways Hangar in Miri. In fact, he said it is the only government agency in this country that has the ability and skills to operate such advanced technological air system. According to him, the technology from Finland and Canada was installed on Austria-made special aircraft DA-42 MPP to carry out 2 operations which are monitoring and mapping.
To empower research and development initiatives for forestry in the state, the Sarawak Forest Department has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with 13 holders of licenses for planted forests (LPF). At the same time, this will boost the development of the Sarawak Planted Forest Centre of Excellence established under the 11th Malaysia Plan. In the past, the Joint Research Programme was previously known as Planted Forest Research Programme, PFRP, that focused on short and long-term studies involving Sarawak's forests.
The goal for the research collaborations were to identify species and seed sources which are suited to the wide range of site types in Sarawak, as well as demonstrate the gains through improved silviculture and in the longer term support a tree breeding or tree improvement program to develop improved planting material that are best suited to the local conditions.
He said this at a forest planting industry seminar in Miri on Wednesday. According to Hamden, the project will be continued in the 12th Malaysia Plan, where the program's scope will be expanded to narrow down the gaps in the PFRP program in line with the Sarawak Economic Action Council SEAC agenda. He added that R&D requires a constant stream of funding to support research and innovation programs that will contribute to performance improvements in the state's forest industry. And that concludes the English news at 5. Don't forget to watch Ruben Gomez on Nightline at 11:30 p.m. tonight. I'm Shira Abel Mansur. Thank you for watching.